All right, here we go. We are here. Running late today. I'll get into all that. But yeah, running late today. But here we are. Live for a Tuesday show.
Is it already Tuesday?
And there he is, ladies and gentlemen. For the ladies especially. There he is, the reason you come to watch. Mr. Sax. Mr. Sax here. It's Steve. Steve. Just Steve, not shit saying Steve. It's just the Steve. And Nikki is here as well. Good to see you guys. Even you, Steve. Sorry we started late today. So, yeah.
I wish I would have known that before I took my laxatives.
What? Why did you take? Or why are you taking?
I thought I had more time.
But why are you needing to take a laxative?
Because I'm bloated.
Yeah, I'm sorry to hear that. No, listen, I'll be honest. I was not going to do a show today. I told Steve and TJ last night, I said I was probably going to skip today's show. But then Nikki woke me up early by reaching out to me. And then I woke up, and then she talked me into doing a show, and I was like, oh, shit. I told her, I said, I don't want to do a show because blah, 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 blah. And then she starts sending these GIF files over, and, then I
do what I do.
I go, all right, I'll do a show. And then my lawyer called, and I had this conversation with my lawyer, and, so all that stuff, came in, and, and so, and then of course I had to do the whole call with him, which, by the way, I'm glad. And by the way, Karen says you should tell the rest of us you're going to skip. Well, I tell them because, listen, TJ has access. TJ and Jason have, and Nick, they all have access to the Morning Disaster Facebook page.
I do not.
So do I. I'm the one that ended up posting it this morning.
Oh, don't you have access, TJ?
No, I do not. I said I'm not on there as an editor. I cannot post anything up there.
Well, tell Jason. Jason's in charge. I put Jason in charge of it a year ago.
Fucking Jason.
So tell Jason to fucking make you a whatever. I thought, TJ, I thought you had full access. I thought even Steve had access. No, maybe I said to hold off on Steve because he was new to the show. I knew Nikki and Jason have full access, and Nick.
Right.
We should probably take away Nick's. Somebody just take away Nick's and put TJ in there. You could just Jason do that. Jesus. Yeah, I don't know how to do all that shit, you guys. I'm sorry. But
Jason.
Well, I think Jason was the first guy that I put Nick in charge of it, and then I told him to put Jason in charge of the whole thing. So, so that's how it works. So TJ, I told Nick shit when we first started the show. I gave a list of who gets access, and it was Jason and you and Nikki was given access first, I think, now that I think about it.
Yeah, I think so.
Nikki might have been given access years ago.
Yeah, when it was still going up on the old defunct Morning Disaster Facebook page, it had like 190 people.
No, that was a group. Oh, that was a private group. Yeah, that was a. Yeah, this page was because I I never trusted Marvin to be because Marvin didn't know shit about Facebook. So I put Nikki in charge of it. But that was back when it was a lot easier. Now it's
Right.
now the pages are so, messed up.
I rarely go on there, so I'm surprised I'm still on there.
Yeah. So, yeah. But Jason, I think Jason's in charge of the whole thing now, the way I did it or the way that it was done. Because, I don't know.
Fucking Jason.
Yeah, fucking Jason.
Mm-hmm.
Just like every day. Okay. So then my lawyer calls. All right. You guys know when my lawyer calls,
Something's going on.
I take a break. Yeah, because when he calls, it's always important stuff. And so my lawyer called. And usually I take the call during the show. Well, thank God I wasn't live when he called because it was a long call and all this shit's going on. So, so I had to take that
positive call, a negative call.
Well, and I'm not going to talk too much about everything, but here's,
Okay.
I had doctor's appointments yesterday.
Mm-hmm.
Okay. The first appointment Christina took me to, which was because just like disabled Steve. Ugh.
Oh boy.
Look who I'm comparing myself now to. I have hearing damage.
Huh?
My hearing. I mean, I played in super loud bands.
And you used earphones for.
And I used earphones for 35 years, and I'm still using them now.
Right.
Yeah.
However, I'll get to more on that in a minute. So I went to my ear appointment, to talk about the damage I had. And literally, I just went to my audiologist at UIS. I just went there like a month ago, or a little over a month ago. I went to my UIS audiologist, and then I had to go to the audiologist yesterday. Okay, and of course, I went to my knee doctor, and so then my wife met me at my knee doctor yesterday afternoon, and I got some horrible news that I just was not ready for. And that was yesterday. And to be honest, I just needed I just needed some good news. And I put on my Facebook page, I'm like, I just need this football game to be both teams scoring 40 something and a big offensive blowout or a big offensive matchup. I just wanted a good game, because I needed the stuff I heard was really rough yesterday. And I just needed to hear, I just needed good news. And the game was a blowout.
Yeah.
And so I went and I go, I was like, I just needed a day. I was like, I don't want to and I don't usually get mental health issues. But I said in the Facebook, our private messaging thing, I go, listen, I just need a day. And so Steve sent me a message saying, we all need a mental health day or whatever. And so, he goes, I understand it. So I think we all know that Steve has mental issues
And flatulent issues.
Yeah. He says, you needed a mental health day. And so I was like, yeah, maybe I will. Maybe I'll just take that. So I was just going to take a day and just give myself a second to, to do that. And I told you guys before, I told you, I think Friday, I said I had a friend of mine from high school die.
Mm-hmm.
And that's a lot to deal with. Number one, because she was a very nice person to me. I really thought the world of her, you know. Hold on. I don't know. Hell, I guess I missed that call. I don't know who that was. I really thought the world of her, and she died. And I mentioned that I didn't know how she died on the show. And then Kelly, one of our, you know, Kelly's one of my favorite listeners. She sent me a message. She goes, I want to send you this. This is how she died. And what she died of was horrible. It's a horrible disease. And I didn't know that. So I talked to Kelly yesterday and I got that news. And so I drew up a Facebook post when I talked to Kelly, and I was like, yeah, I want to post that just about the girl I went to high school with, whose name also, by the way, was Kelly. So I was going to send that up. So that I think I put that post out this morning when I was laying in bed. But yeah. So anyway, I went through all that. And then I was like, well, let me get up and do the show. And then my lawyer called. And so I feel bad about my friend, but the real reason I was not going to do the show because of my news with my knee yesterday. You know what I mean? I was just like, this can't get much worse, you know? Because the knee news sucked. Well, then this morning, my lawyer, by the way, the appointment that Christina took me to, I had the lawyer has this whole thing where he wants someone taking notes, and you know, because the lawyer feels that when someone takes notes, it speeds them up. You know what I mean? Like they realize that someone is
Mysterious.
taking notes. Yeah. And so that happened, and lo and behold, they already sent the audiology stuff. I'm not going to get into all this either, but as it turns out, that is not good either. That's really bad. Considering they had an appointment to compare it to, what I'm suffering from is hearing loss, not hearing damage.
Mhm.
So there's an inevitability there that I don't want to face either. So all that stuff hit me at once. Because before it was like, well, it can be solved with hearing aids, you know. And this latest thing is I'm going to have to get a just to do this show. We're going to have to get I'm going to have to get this new power amp thing that is, you know, so there's stuff I got to do now for just to be able to do this show.
Just so you can monitor everything?
Yes. As you guys know, I love doing this show. But in order to hear it, in order to hear everything, it won't be immediately, but it's definitely going to happen. I'm going to have to get this new, this device to crank up the volume because I'm maxed out now. My amp that I have now is on 11. It's on 10, you know, it's pushed all the way to the 10. You know what I mean? It can't go any higher. And, we have a shit-stained mumbler on the show who already there are times I can't understand what the man says. So we have a mumbler on the show. I'm not saying any names as to who this. I would never ever call someone out for being a mumbler on the show. I would never
Not at all.
I would never single someone out.
I don't ever know.
But someone on our show is a mumbler who I can't always understand what they say. You know, everybody else is very clear voice. And you could tell there are people who have been through radio training like Nikki and TJ who have been through training and they understand and Jason, and they understand how to speak clearly.
And enunciate.
Yeah, and to make sure you can understand. And then there is and even Nick, when Nick was on the show, he had been through the same stuff that Jason went to, so they both know how to speak. Then we have a marble mouth. By the way, even the people on the Stainless show, like Christina and Dan, they both know how to speak very clearly. I think one of the reasons I like hanging out with Christina is she speaks and enunciate. So she doesn't have that drawl. Like some people have a hillbilly drawl. They say words that don't even exist, like sody.
Hey.
She doesn't talk like that. She speaks normal. And you can really understand what she's saying. And I talk to Dan on the phone all the time. He's the same way. He speaks very clearly. In fact, the people whose phone calls I accept, like TJ and Jason, usually when people call me, I don't answer, but I accept their calls because I know they're going to speak clearly and I will understand them. Some people, I would never single anyone out.
No, not at all.
Because they don't speak properly. I would never do that. But there is someone who's on the show. There's one person on the show who mumbles so badly. He mumbles, or this person mumbles so badly that I can't always understand them. But I don't want to say who it is.
I wonder who it might be.
I don't know. But I'm gonna leave you guys guessing. I'll leave you hanging to try to figure out.
The suspense is killing me.
Yeah.
Oh, it's just driving me up the wall.
Well, I'll let you guys try to figure out who it is.
Marble mouth.
Yeah. By the way, even Marvin, when he was on the show, Marvin was very, very clear voiced, enunciated properly.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but I just say this one person who is on the program, this one person is a mumbler, and I can't always understand them. So,
Who?
well, I don't want to point this person out. I don't want to single them out. You know,
Chicken shit.
What? I heard something, but I didn't understand it.
What was that?
What?
I'm just saying. Sometimes I don't even have to clarify anything. Anyway. So, yeah.
Why is he making
that's what's
faces
going
into
on.
the camera?
Ooh,
I don't know. So,
I'm working
Anyway.
on my ventriloquist.
yeah.
What?
I don't know. Some people mumble and I can't always hear it. So anyway, my hearing is now, it's not just damage, it's hearing loss. So it's literally, it's gotten worse in a month. So, but you know, you go to those tests.
I
It's
hate
just-
hearing tests.
Yeah. It's like, and the whole
It's
thing is,
psychological too.
yeah, well, because here's what happens. You're trying too hard. And then yesterday,
Yeah.
I got to tell you, I was thrown for a loop yesterday with this test. She goes, we're going to put in your right ear, you're going to hear sound. And then you're going to hear, I want you to listen to your left ear. and you'll hear beeps, and then let us know when you hear from the. I didn't hear any. Goddamn, to be honest, I didn't hear any beeps.
Oh. And then
But
you
I
think
saw-
you're hearing something.
Well, and then then you're looking across the window to the person they're sitting across the hand, and then you see their right arm sort of. She's going like this, you know.
Mhm.
Yeah.
And so when she was going like that, I was like saying I heard something. I didn't hear anything. I was just thinking, well, that's when she's pushing the button. So I was guessing, you know what I mean?
I do
I'm
that
like,
with
what-
eye tests too.
Yeah. Yeah.
You think you see something, but you don't see something, or your eyes are playing tricks on you.
Yes. Yeah. So Jeff says, please, we need HBJ talking about ball gags and BDSM. We do need HBJ on I want HBJ on the show.
No.
Well, I do because
Good
I don't know what's going
God.
on. I don't know what's going on with his marriage. I'd love to hear.
No.
I do want him back on the show.
Thought we determined that that's in the toilet.
Well, that's what I mean, but I want to hear from him. I mean, I wish I'd spent more time with Dog Food Lady now. You know?
Mm-hmm.
I really do. We missed the boat on Dog Food Lady.
What happened to her?
What we heard, I was
Passed
told
away.
she died. I was told she died.
No.
Yes. We were told, when was it? Monday, TJ? What I
It was
told-
Monday or Tuesday last
Yeah.
week. We heard that she had passed.
When did I announce it? Did I announce it?
You announced it. It was a free show that you announced it, and then we went looking, and you were saying you thought you found the obituary,
Yeah. Yeah.
but yeah, like we got told that
Because I wasn't
it
sure
was
what
in
her
the
real
morning.
name was. There was a guy on the show called Hater who was on the WCBS show. And he reached out to me and said she died. And I was like, what? And he goes, yeah. He goes, she died. He said that his grandmother or somebody was at her funeral. And I was like, oh my God. So yeah, so I announced it the other day on the show. I can't remember when that happened, but yeah.
Wow.
Yeah. So really sad.
Yeah.
Yeah. So yeah. So
It's just been a week.
yeah, she just died. I want to say she died
Oh.
on like I must have announced it on one of our subscriber shows because
Oh, was it?
yeah, because I'm checking right now. I got the notice
Wait, it might have been later in the week.
no, he sent me, here we go. He sent it to me. I did it on Saturday. He sent me this news Friday night.
Okay.
So it must have been Saturday morning that I made the announcement. Yeah. So, and then I researched it a little bit and couldn't find
Right.
it. And, you know, so yeah, we
Yeah.
just got that news. So, anyway,
Just don't bring HBJ back.
yeah.
At least not when I'm here.
You know, I love HBJ. I know
I
shouldn't,
don't. He
but
yells at me. He calls me names.
I know he's a horrible person. But I'm dying. I gotta find out what happened to his marriage. I've got to find out. You know, something happened there. Yeah. So
He's not like Beetlejuice. If you say his name 3 times, he just appears, right?
No, I know he never watches the show. He never listens to the show. So
I mean, that would be bad.
friggin' HBJ. So yeah. So anyway, with the news of my knees yesterday. Oh, and so then but the call with my lawyer, told me all this stuff. And then, but there's other news on, well, now the knee thing is all, oh, well. So it's all a mess now. So I just figured I just needed a day off. And then TJ basically called me a pussy in the chat room.
I did not.
Yeah, what'd he say? He said,
Did not.
I'm going to read it.
Like you said, just do the show, fat ass. Shut up about it.
Yeah, right. Thank you, Steve. Thank you, Steven.
I've got it right here. I will read it directly.
Thank you, Steven. Thank you, Steven, for backing me up on what I said.
Yeah, I think
Yes.
that's what I said.
Yes.
I said, do what you need to do, Ray. I think you would feel better after broadcasting, but it's your call. That was my exact words.
I said,
He
listen,
said, suck it up.
I might take the day. Yes, thank you, Nikki. I said I might take the day off tomorrow. I'm pretty bummed over my knee doctor visit, and I don't want to talk about it. And then Sean Balint reached out to me. And by the way, Sean Balint is a true friend, unlike some people. And then TJ goes, here's his, I'm going to read his quote. You fucking pussy.
That is not what I said.
Yeah, that's the first lines were you fucking
You're
pussy.
so-
He goes, you fucking pussy. I can't believe how big a pussy you are.
Have you taken a dump today? Because you are full of shit.
He goes, well, do what you need to do. But I think that you would feel better after broadcasting.
Yeah, if it was my
Okay.
show, I'd do
You're
the show.
such a fucking narcissist. You love to talk about yourself. It'll make you feel better. You fucking woman.
You know why you're so upset about the way I worded that? It's because it's the same words you used with Jason, and I used them on you.
What words did I use with Jason? What did I use with Jason?
Jason said he was having a mental breakdown and he couldn't broadcast, and it was a Thursday night show, and you said, I think you should do the show. You're going to feel better after broadcast.
I never would call Jason.
Shit.
I would never call Jason a pussy.
Bull.
Yes. So that's what happened. And then Nikki goes on, or Steve says, Ray, my best friend Ray, I understand. I too have gone through days where I just needed a mental holiday.
Mhm.
I'm here for you, my very, very good friend. Call me if you need me. I feel for you.
I need to
Love
put my
you.
feet up because
Love
shit
you.
is getting deep.
And then Nikki says, "Oh no. Everyone needs to stay healthy. Think of yourself, Ray," which is very kind. And then TJ gets on the text and he says, you fucking pussy. I cannot believe how big a pussy Ray Lytle has turned into. Injuries and illness are part of fucking life. Grow some fucking balls. Grow
I love how I sound like Steve a month ago.
grow some balls.
How long did it take you to write this horse shit?
Because your bullshit is getting to be too much. I'm reading it from
No,
the
you're
text.
not. No, you're
He says
not.
your bullshit is getting to be too much. And that was yesterday.
Mhm.
So thanks to TJ. TJ talked me into coming in and doing a show. So I guess thanks to TJ. I guess everybody, if you want to thank somebody, thank TJ.
Thank you, DJ.
TJ is the one who talked me into it. By the way, my phone, I'm looking at phone calls I got. Let's see. Here's what I got phone calls from and text from Sean Balint. All right. Sean Balint called. Sorry to hear this, buddy. If you need me, just feel free to reach out. Here's a text from Nikki. I love you, Ray. You are one of my best friends. I'm here for you if you need me. Here's a text from Steve. Hang in there, buddy. I'm here if you want to talk. You know that. Sean Balint. Ray, you're my best friend, and I care for you. If you need me, I am here. Nate Blom, who's Fat Daddy from the, you guys remember Fat Daddy from those shows? He said, saw your Facebook post, thinking of you. If you need me, call. You know, people reach out to me. Nothing from Jason Kluge, Ray, my very good friend and one of the more decent people I know.
Oh, now I know it's getting deep.
He said, Amanda and I are here for you if and when you need us. If you just want us to stop by or give you a ride somewhere or anything, just reach out. Christina. This is Ray. I'm so sorry. Things will get better. They have to. I'm here for you, praying for you, love you. Let me know if you need anything. Even
Including
if it's just an
prison
ear
kick.
to listen, because I know some of your friends, like TJ, are pieces of shit and will not reach out to you. DC says, read your Facebook. I'm concerned for you. Give me a call if you need me. Oh, here's what. I'll take it back. TJ, sorry. I just saw your text.
Oh, here we go.
Here's what his text. I'm just reading verbatim. These are not words coming from me.
Mm-hmm.
These are words coming from TJ. Ray, you fucking liberal pussy. Can you cry any fucking harder? You're embarrassing me and everyone on the show. You're embarrassing all of us. Did your fucking balls fall off, you pussy? I'm sure you deleted it off your end. I'm reading it off of mine. So did your balls fall off?
Let's see. I've got a notification from Cash App where Dorn and I were texting last night.
I wish.
Oh, that's right. I was. Your wife and I texted a little bit, but no, I don't have
wish Jim the photographer were alive so he could jump up and kick you right in the fucking nuts, you pussy. This is what he goes, MAGA 2024.
bullshit.
Your liberal Democrats stole the election from Trump. Hate TJ. That's what who sends that to someone? What kind of person? Oh, by the way, don't call if you need me. I'm horrified.
I'd rather scoop dog shit than talk to you, buddy.
Here's
I bet
Fat
you
420.
just said,
Here's Fat 420. Ray, I was in the shower and I thought of you.
Oh God!
And I thought
It's even worse.
Maybe you need a hug or just someone to talk to you. Reach out to me. Love you. Psycho Dan sent me Ray, so sorry to hear about the news. Sorry about your doctor visit. If you need me, I'm here. And then he sent me a text this morning. Says, I'm sorry for your loss, buddy. If you need me, I'm here. I mean, son of a bitch. I'll tell you, That's how friends react. A friend should never start a text by going, "You fucking pussy."
Mhm.
I thought it was liberal pussy.
You liberal, yeah, you fucking liberal pussy. That's what it was.
Yeah.
Mhm.
No, I'm not gonna single this person out. I'm not gonna single this person out. But someone
Like you have for the last half hour.
I don't know what you're talking about.
You're full of shit. You don't know what I'm talking about.
Someone did send that to me, so I just thought I'd get that out there. So
Yeah.
anyway, so I'm here.
No, it's my turn to be crapped on this week.
Oh, Cindy, listener Cindy sent me a message. Yeah, I mean, I got some very nice messages. So I started thinking. Seriously, I started thinking.
Oh, jeez.
I don't think that's what you were thinking.
I started
Oh,
thinking.
jeez.
By the way, he even mumbles when he's just having an asthma attack. Or I don't know what the hell's going on. He's even.
That's terrible.
Pete sent me a message. Pete sent me a message from Georgia.
Good for Pete.
Says, Ray, I'm so many miles away, but a phone call is only feet away from you. Oh, it's very nice. It's very nice.
Oh my gosh.
Yeah.
Somebody give him an oxygen mask.
No shit.
You know he's just doing that vape pop. You know he's taking a hit of that pop vape, right? You do know that, right?
Right. Well, he turns the camera off.
Yeah.
No.
So he can hit that pod vape.
No, coughing.
That's what he's doing.
Coughing. I got cold.
Coughing
Yeah,
cold
that's why
my
you were
ass.
tapping your hitter a while ago. I heard it.
Yeah, look at that. That is someone that he's coughing because he has a pot.
No,
There's
I don't.
I think I saw some of the weed smoke come out when he coughed.
No, it's my incense burner.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, for
Not
crying
problem.
out loud.
He had to light the incense to hide the smell of the pot.
No, I've been gay for that.
Did you
What?
just say that you have been gay?
Yeah,
for
you've
that?
been gay for pot.
I
You
thought he
really?
said I've been gay for that.
That's what I mean. I think he said he goes, I've been gay for. I think he meant he was gay. He's been gay to get pot.
No, I've been gay on my knees
Oh,
for the smell.
yeah.
I did not
I don't
understand
smoke.
a word he just said.
Smoking?
Everybody's.
What?
I don't
What?
know. He mumbles.
I didn't mumble. I enunciated.
Hmm. Yeah. I'm telling you. I'm just putting up some of the comments that people are making about it.
What the hell?
Yep.
You're giving out handies to get pot now? What the hell? Better let Fat 420 know. That might be how you get your front.
Yeah.
Ah,
And
he
is
won't
that?
front me. Jimmy ruined that for me. He won't. Fat 420 won't front me. He says, "Gotta have money up front."
After he says Steve tried to get me to front him. He said he would pay me back in Cheetos.
How the hell is that paying for pot?
Well, he at least offered it.
Cheetos
That's a
cost
lot
money.
of Cheetos.
I tell you, every time we do, I get cravings for Cheetos when we do this show. Oh, you guys, you know what I had yesterday, and I can't remember who gave me the idea. I went somewhere I've never tried before. Like after my second appointment, I was I was like so depressed, and I'm like, ah, shit. I just, I just need to get something to eat. And I hadn't eaten all day. After my first appointment, this is honest to God. And I've never had low blood sugar.
Mm-hmm.
Let me ask you or Pete or guys that I know that have done, because I've never had it before.
Mm-hmm.
Like, I'm on medicine. They gave me medicine because finally, for the first time ever, my A1C was above 6.
Below, you mean?
It was above. My A1C was above whatever the
The
number
higher
is.
it is, the closer
Should
you are
be.
to diabetes.
Yes, yeah.
They
So
they usually want around 7.
Yeah, so my A1C has always been in the 3s, and
Oh, man.
even for my size, my doctor's always for the last 20 years. I want to say from the time I was in my 30s, my doctors have gone, how the fuck are you not
Right, yeah, I know that.
diabetic? And then finally I hit 50. I finally hit 50, and they started checking my A1C.
Right.
Mm.
And then she checked it. She checked it, and she goes, "Well, it's to 6." And I'm like, "What?" She goes, "Your A1C. See, we got to watch this. We got to watch this." She goes, "You're borderline type 2." So,
Right.
but I've never had it, and so I've never had. I don't know what really low blood sugar feels like.
You get hangry.
But I woke up yesterday, did the show, and then I took my medicine.
On an empty stomach.
Yeah.
You should never do that.
Yeah, I just took the medicine, and then we got done with the show, and then literally I had to go to the bathroom, and then I had to go try to meet Christina.
Right.
Because Christina had to go in and get the wheelchair. It's a big thing, and there was no parking.
No.
And I didn't want poor Christina to walk, a fucking mile away, pushing a fat ass in a wheelchair. So I was trying to find the best parking available. So we barely got in there. And I told myself, I'll grab something on the way. And I didn't. So I went through the whole hearing test. I went through the whole audiology thing and all this stuff. And then afterwards, the appointment, Christina asked, "You need anything? Are you all right?" And I said, no, I think I'm trying to run home. So I'm driving from the first appointment, right? And as I'm driving, I start getting
Lightheaded, dizziness.
yes, yeah. I
Yep,
start getting lightheaded. I'm like, oh my God, I don't feel good. And then I start feeling like almost nauseous.
Yes.
Yep. Sweaty.
And I'm like, yeah. And I'm like, what is this? And I gotta be honest, I'm thinking, oh my God, am I having a heart attack? What's happening with me? And so I'm driving. So I drive uptown, and then I make a left on Jefferson. So I'm going down Jefferson. I'm like, oh my God, I got to get something to eat. I said, I know this is crazy. Maybe I need something to eat.
Mm-hmm.
And so I'm getting more lightheaded as I'm driving.
Yep.
And I'm thinking to myself, I go, I've never experienced this. Is this low blood sugar? And I'm driving, and I'm like, well, I don't want to call anybody. I didn't know what to do. So, and I was going to call TJ, but then I'm like, well, fuck, how would he know? He only weighs 150 pounds. He doesn't know what low blood
I gotta
sugar
deal with
is.
it with my girlfriend all the time.
Yeah. So I didn't know.
It makes you cranky too.
Yes, it does.
And then I was like, well, maybe I'll call Steve or Nikki. I know they do. But then I'm like, I'm trying to drive. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
I'm trying to drive. And so I'm just like, I just need a drink of anything. and I find this bottle of water that's probably a month old sitting in my car. And I take a drink, you know,
Mhm.
and I'm like, okay, let me at least get a drink of it. And it tasted horrible. Oh my God. I was like, oh, I'd rather have a heart attack and die.
Oh, God.
So I'm driving and I make a left to try to get to my house. And then I see Monroe and I go, oh, fuck it. And I turned down Monroe, right? And I stopped at a donut shop. And I go, I just need a donut. I just need a donut. So I go through the drive-through and I get a donut. And I go, give me a glazed and a milk. White milk or chocolate? And I go, white milk. Oh, you want your white, huh? And I go, no, I just want. I guess white's better than chocolate. No, I just want white milk.
Mhm.
I see how it is. I see how it is, motherfucker. You come up. And I go, okay, listen, give me a chocolate donut. I'll take a chocolate donut. Oh, okay. Well, then come up and it'll be $3.99 or I can't remember how much it costs. So I go through and I get I grab a donut, okay, and this drive-through, and as soon as I get it, literally as soon as I get it, I devour the donut, and I just take my milk and I chug it, right?
That sounds so good right now. I want a glazed donut.
I just chug it, and you want to know what?
You felt better instantly.
Literally, yes. Before I finished chugging the milk,
Mm-hmm. It's
before
like
I
almost a panic sensation.
yes, before I finished the milk, I felt better. But I'd never experienced low blood sugar before. I've never dealt with it. So I'm just wondering, is that what it was? I don't,
Yeah,
Yeah.
you probably had a dip, so you got a little bit of sugar in your system, got some milk in your system, and bounced back.
And then the chocolate donut I gave to my daughter when I got home. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So I felt like, although I don't know if she ate it,
No, it might still be there.
but I got to tell you, I'm going to get I think I'm going to get some little candies or something.
Yeah.
I don't know. Just something to keep her. I don't know. Should I get M&Ms will melt, won't they? What's something that won't melt?
A hard candy,
Yeah,
like a Jolly Rancher or
the root beer barrels or something.
Oh, I have
peppermint.
regular Sour Patch because I've still got this thing from
Yeah.
Christmas, but it didn't taste good. Remember this stuff, the sour stuff, whatever.
Yeah.
I've still got a whole bag of this that I have never touched. So
Is
maybe
Steve
I
in
get something
trouble?
like what?
Is Steve in
It looks
trouble?
like-
It's like he's explaining something to somebody.
Oh, I don't know what he's got.
Did Smelly Shelly stop over to see Steve?
Hey, Steve, are you unwashed? Do you need a favor? I don't know. Oh, Becky says peanut butter crackers.
Yeah, peanut butter's good.
Hey, Steve, why don't you drop your pants and bend over?
Good Lord.
What's he doing with his hand?
I don't know. Oh, Adam says Skittles. Oh, Skittles would be good, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, I should, but I've never had low blood sugar. And,
Orange juice.
oh my God, I gotta tell you, I
Orange
felt
juice, apple juice.
Yeah.
Nikki, I finished that. I finished that donut
Mm-hmm.
and I'm chugging that milk and immediately
Yeah.
I was feeling better. So
I used to get so pissed off because we would have dinner plans and that person whose name I'm not going to mention that I used to kind of live with or whatever, when I used to do the show from his house,
Mm.
our dinner plans would be like at 7. I swear to fucking God, we wouldn't be eating until 11.
Oh my God.
I would get my blood sugar would drop, and there was nothing I could do about it. And like we would have friends come over to go out to eat, and he wouldn't even start getting ready till they got there.
Yeah.
I'm like, people are hungry.
Oh, hold
I'm
on.
getting angry.
I just got a message on Facebook Messenger.
Oh yeah.
I won't say who it's from. Oh my God. Ray, you fucking pussy.
Oh, here
Sorry.
we go.
Now you're crying about your
There
blood
we go.
sugar. I'm not going to say who it is. I will not single anyone out.
What?
They said
Oh, hey.
you fucking pussy. Crying about your blood sugar.
Oh yeah. Sorry about that, Ray. My landlord was here. I had talked to her.
Was it?
Yeah.
Does she smell pot?
Was she talking?
No.
Did she get a whiff?
No, they were worried about the Cheeto dust and milk dud trails in the hallway. She wanted to discuss that with me.
No. Going over
Oh
to
my goodness.
going to Shelly's house?
Right? Yeah. Yeah. She asked me if I could quit doing it. Yeah.
Hmm.
So I said, yeah.
Already, huh?
I'll be damned.
Yep.
You knew it
Already.
wasn't gonna take long.
Your manager, your Pat, is Pat a woman? I
Right. Yeah.
always thought Pat was a man when he's
No.
called or when they've called the show.
Well. Yeah.
Pat might just be
Okay.
a Pat.
Pat could be just Pat.
Exactly, TJ. There you go, Pat. Just a
Well,
Pat. There you go.
you put a gender to Pat. It was you that did
Oh,
that.
I'm sorry. My landlord was here. They.
Mhm. Oh. Pat for Irene says Pat for Patricia or Pat for Patrick. By the
Mhm.
way, I think Patrick is one of the coolest names. The full
That's
name Patrick.
SpongeBob's friend.
Well, I think the name
What?
Patrick is just awesome. You know, I like that name. I had a when you guys, did you ever have names picked out for kids?
Yes.
Yeah.
What names you had picked out? Give me a name for a boy that you had picked out.
Victoria and Christopher. This is like in
Victoria.
7th grade.
You know what? Victoria was going to be Bella's name.
Really?
Yeah. But we went with Isabella because of Queen Isabella.
Mm-hmm.
Because my wife's family or my wife's mother her family was originally from Spain.
Mm-hmm.
So, and then moved over to Mexico. They were
Yeah.
Jewish, but they came to Mexico. But still they lived in Spain.
Right.
And then the other reason was because Queen Isabella financed Columbus, who came here. I know Columbus was a dick and blah blah blah. I know that stuff, but she financed it, and I always thought,
Mhm.
and that's if it weren't for her financing it, our country would have,
Right.
we would have developed in a different way. That's for sure.
Right.
Maybe even a better way, but still, it would have taken years for it to happen. I think part of the greatness of our country is the timing of it.
Yeah.
It was globally the perfect time for us to start getting settled, So we were going to
Isn't
go
it
with Victoria.
Crazy to think that it took that
we're gonna go with
long for them
Isabella.
to find a continent.
What?
Isn't
sorry.
it kind of crazy that it took that long for them to find this continent?
Yeah, I think there were probably people that didn't know what they had found, or they landed in the wrong part and perhaps
Never
could have
came
been-
home.
could have been killed. Yeah, I don't know. So yeah, so we were thinking, I can't remember why. There was a reason behind Victoria too, but we went with Isabella,
Right.
of which, by the way, my cousin Kim had a daughter right around the same time, and she named her daughter Victoria.
Mm-hmm.
So thank God,
That you didn't.
the girls could have been, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
They could have been right. In fact, hold on, let me check my niece. Let me check my cousin's daughter's what the birthday was. What is she might have been, maybe she was born first or something. There was a reason why.
You didn't go with it.
Yeah, and I'm wondering if Toria was born first, or I'm trying to find her. When was her birthday? But anyway, I don't know. I don't see. Oh, she was born December, so she was born right after Bella.
Mm.
But I know she was pregnant. Oh, I know what it was. My niece announced,
Yeah.
where we kind of kept it,
To yourself.
private, what names we were thinking about. My niece Kim announced pretty early, we're looking forward to meeting our little Victoria.
Yeah.
And so I'm like, well, we're not going to put her the same name as, my niece's or my cousin's daughter. So that's why we
Right.
went with Isabella. So yeah, but Victoria, that's a good name. What was your boy's name again? If you're gonna have Christopher, yeah.
Mm-hmm.
What were your names, Steve? What names did you pick out?
For a boy, I wanted Aaron Scott, and for a girl, I wanted Alondra Marie.
Oh, thank God you didn't have children.
No kidding.
What?
TJ, did you pick your son's name?
I had a big hand in it, yeah. Which is Riley James.
Is that the name you always had?
I had James. I had the middle name,
Right.
because that's family tradition. It's carried down. The first name, I was going to use Richard, my father's name, and let that name actually carry. But we agreed to change it to Riley.
Yeah. I mean, I'm named after my father. I wish to God I wasn't.
My daughter, I was saying Caitlin Michelle, and then we changed to Caitlin Nicole. So it was both of them I had a hand in.
Yeah, D and I just didn't care. We didn't care, but I think for some reason, like when she first got pregnant, we thought, maybe it's a boy. You know what I mean? Just because my family we had 5 boys.
You had a lot of boys.
And 1 girl in my family. So my wife got pregnant. She goes, well, obviously it's going to be a boy. And I go, really? She goes, well, yeah, look at your family, However, this is the funny thing. My oldest brother, Rick, he fathered 2 children, both girls.
Yeah.
But then my younger brother right under me, Rob, he had 2 boys. And then Bodine had, at the time, he had 1 of each.
Mm-hmm.
Now, since then, he's fathered 2 more boys.
Right.
My sister got pregnant right after my wife. She had a daughter. And Goose, to the best of my knowledge, has not fathered any children. But for some reason, like before I met my wife, I lived with a girl, and she had names. It's kind of annoying. She had names picked out. And it was kind of annoying. And I think her name's, she was like, we're going to have a son and his name will be, I can't remember what it was. Whatever those names were, I eliminated them. I'm like, no, I'm eliminating those names for me, even any potential. You know, I didn't want, nothing against her. I mean, I love her. She's fantastic, but I didn't want that memory. But for some reason, I think the name we settled on was Cole.
Cole.
Cole. Not, you know, not like the fucking natural resource we, you know, are committing climate change with. No, I'm just saying Cole.
I like that name.
Yeah, so I think because Cole Lytle had a good ring to it. But like I said, that was just very short-lived. As soon as we found out we were having a daughter, it didn't make a difference. We immediately settled on either Victoria or Isabella. And then once my cousin went public with what her daughter's name was going to be, it was like, all right, Isabella. And then, by the way, she's only been called Isabella when my wife's angry. Of which my wife's been angry at my daughter, I think, in 20 years, my wife's been angry twice. And I got to be honest, I've never been angry. And I don't know if this is normal. My daughter's 20 years old. Or no, she's 20. How old is she? Yeah, she's 20. She's 20 years old. And I don't think I've ever been mad at her.
That's
so
good,
it's
though.
I know at some point I will, but I've never called her Isabella. You know what I mean? Like, but I know my wife, when the times that she's been angry with her, it's Isabella. In fact,
Even when she had the air condition cranked real low and the heater on in her bedroom.
Right. I was going to bring that up.
no, I'll tell you what, I was mad at my niece because my niece lived with us. My niece Whitney lived with us at the time. Now Whitney is, how old's Whit? She's got to be 20. Shit, she's like 28 maybe now. So she's much older than Bella. I think she's, you know, I think she's like 8 years older. So no, I was pissed at Whitney. That's who I yelled at. I was pissed at her when I caught them with that fucking, it was the middle of summer. It was like 100 degrees outside. Or no, yeah, it was 100 degrees outside. And they cranked down the fucking air conditioner to like 60.
Yeah.
And then they turned on the space heater. Oh my God. I was so angry.
It so sounds like a teenage girl thing to do.
Oh, I was so angry. But I didn't yell at my daughter. I yelled at my niece for that. So I never, you know, I think most parents, when if you find your kid doing that, that's when you call the kid the full name.
Yeah.
You know, but I don't ever remember. And then my daughter's middle name is after Chicago Cubs first baseman Mark Grace. That's how you know. Her name's Isabella Mark. Her name's Isabella Grace Lytle. So I don't remember being so mad. I go, Isabella Grace. You know, I've never done that. The closest had to be when I found them with the space heater in the summer. Oh my God. But I think I yelled at my niece more for that.
I always had the full name yelled at me a lot.
Oh yeah. I don't ever remember. I literally don't ever remember being mad at my daughter's 20 years old. And I just don't remember. I just don't remember being that angry at her, which is, I know, weird.
Well, I was always doing things to get into trouble, so
It probably means, you know,
you got a good kid.
or I don't love her properly or something. I'm sure there's I'm sure there's something in there that says something horrible about me. You know?
Yep.
Of which, as Mark Grace has gotten older and gotten DUIs, it's, you know what I mean? I kind of wish, but I know Mark Grace, because when we did the Lytle and Lamb show, Mark Grace had a wife who lived in Peoria, and they would come to town, you know, for holidays and stuff to be with her family. And he was a fan of the show. And I went and met Mark. I went to vacation in Phoenix in 99, and he noticed me. And, you know, when you go into the locker room of a professional sports team, and one of the players notices you and starts introducing you to people,
Yeah.
you know what I mean? You feel pretty special. So he made me feel really, and I liked him. He was just such a really nice guy.
Mhm.
And he's like, Ray Lytle. And I'm like, and I was like, oh my God, how the fuck do you know me? You know what I mean? So that was really cool. If that's ever happened to you, it's really cool. And so I really, really like the guy. And so I named my daughter after, I named my daughter after him. So that was kind of, but I've never used the name in anger or anything. And I'm not sure she likes the middle name.
There's nothing wrong with it.
Well, I think she probably wanted something else, but
I
think my wife
name
probably
you don't like
I
me.
think my wife probably wanted something different too, but you know.
Oh, geez.
By the way, even his breathing is mumbled.
Yeah.
Huh?
Can I point that out? Even his loud, grotesque breaths,
I'm not breathing.
his heavy
You're
breath.
not breathing.
By the way, TJ, did you hear breaths?
Yes.
Nikki, did you hear breaths?
Yes.
Okay. I just want to point out that I'm not the only one that heard them.
Breaths, not breasts.
No, breaths.
You
Okay.
can't hear a breath.
Even your loud breaths are mumbly. I'm not going to point out who the mumbler is on the show, but this show has a mumbler who mumbles so horribly that with my reduced hearing, I can't always understand. So,
I do not mumble.
yeah.
What the hell?
Yeah. Anyway, so I'm not sure how we got into that, but other than I
It's
don't
Mental
remember
Health
using
Day,
the full
doesn't
name.
matter.
You know, being angry, I don't remember using the full name. So
I always got my full name.
Huh?
every time your mom got mad at you, you got the whole name, huh?
Hell yeah. Which was all the time.
Hmm.
I don't ever remember her calling me Steve ever. Stephen Blaine.
Brain.
Blaine. Blaine.
Oh, Stephen Blaine. Sounds like a
Said
gay
Brain.
magician. And now performing on the main stage here at Caesar's Magic Parlor, Stephen Blaine, America's fattest magician. Here, ladies and gentlemen, it's time for the magical stylings of Stephen Blaine.
Yeah.
There's the one guy in the audience.
His name is Brent.
Yeah. I'm such a fan. Oh, world's fattest magician, Stephen Blaine. Yes.
Thank you.
Karen points out
Yep.
Blaine rhymes with Stain. Yes, it does. It actually does.
Yep.
Who'd have thought?
Wow.
Who'd have thought? All these years later. Yeah, I hate my name. I hate my name. Ugh. But however, I got to tell you, the full name Raymond, I sort of like that, you know. But when I was growing up, they all called me Butch. That was my nickname. But the reason I didn't like my name is because it's my father's name.
Mhm.
And I've never been close to my father. I mean, I wish to God I was. I wish we would, but my father's never raised his hand to do anything to lead me or anyone else in the world to believe, you know, he's happy to be, you know, in
Right.
mine or anyone's life. He's just never been, it's just not who he is, you know. But if he did, so anyway, so I didn't like my name because of that. But then, so they called me Butch, of which some people are like, "Oh, you didn't like the name Butch because blah blah blah." And no, here's why I didn't like it. I found out that it was my father's nickname.
Oh.
And I'm like, no, I don't want to be associated. And this is, I don't think I've ever told anyone this before. And in fact, I'm not sure why I'm saying it now, but that's why. And I love my mother, but she would call me Butch. And that's why I don't like it. It was my father's nickname. And it's bad enough. It's bad enough with my real name because I'm a junior or a second or whatever the fuck, you know.
Yeah.
So it sucks having my real name be his. To the point of I wanted to change my name.
Right.
It's been that bad. But to find out my nickname was also his nickname, I'm like, no, this is something I could do something about. So I would tell people, don't call me Butch. Like anytime I've ever had a friend, like TJ, we've been friends a long time.
Mm-hmm.
Have I ever even told you my nickname?
No, I've heard it plenty, but
I have never ever told anyone to. I've never ever told anyone to call me Butch ever.
Mm-mm.
I just don't like the name. I don't like it, and in fact, I've told my brothers as I got older. I told my brothers, don't call me that. I don't like that name. Because it was my father's nickname. And I'm fine with, I've had other nicknames. Sean's called me Chemo Sabi for like 20
Yes.
years. And I've never stopped him.
Mr. Raymond.
And I had, when I played basketball, they called me Doc. And I just was okay with it. I've never not had a nickname. Bodine's called me Mr. Raymond since I was in high school. You know what I mean?
Mm-hmm.
And I think Goose has called me Bucciano, which I'm fine with, but I just don't like being called Butch.
Yeah, I don't like my nickname either. I had in high school.
I had a girlfriend of mine who once called me that, and I'm like, no, it's over. She went over to my house, you know, to meet my mom and stuff. My mom called me Butch. And then the girlfriend called me Butch. She never knew why I broke up with her. I'm telling you, this is why I broke up with her. She called me Butch. And I'm like, she was, I think I remember her. There was something nice about her. I mean, she was, you know.
Had to have been if she met your mom.
Well, I wish to God I would never introduce her to my mom because then she would have never called me. But once she called me that, I decided, I'm like, oh, okay, that's it. It's over. It's over. I can't date this person anymore. And in fact, the girl I lived with before I met Dee, I think she also called me Butch. And I'm like, I think that's why I started the process of I got to get out of this relationship. You know, that's how much I hate that nickname.
I like what Pete says about his nickname from Lamb's wife.
Oh, smartass.
Yeah.
That's what she called him. She called him the smartass or smartass all the time. You know. Yeah, so I usually like nicknames, but I hated my nickname because I was fine with it until my grandmother on my father's side. My grandmother told me, "Oh, that was your dad's nickname." And I was like, "Oh shit, I don't want to be called this." So I was like, "No, I don't want to be called." That's why I hate the nickname. So even if somebody calls me that now, I get really pissed off, which I'm sure this is probably something I should tell my therapist, but I'm sure there's something more to it.
Residual anger from past traumatic.
Mm-hmm.
And whatever the hell it is, I am so angry. I'm so angered by it. Literally, I will end a conversation with someone who would ever call me. Except my mother, because I know it's a mistake and, you know, I love my mom, but yeah. So that's the problem with that nickname, and it drives me crazy. And I refuse to be called that nickname.
Well, at least your nickname wasn't shit stain.
Oh, I would be fine with that. Literally.
No.
If I did shit my pants and someone called me shit stain, I'd be fine with it. Unless someone said, "Well, your dad's nickname was shit." Then I'd say, "No, I don't want to be called that," you know.
Or if you shit stain the bed.
Yeah. Yeah, that's what I mean.
Dude, I take shit stain over my high school nickname any day.
What was your high school nickname?
Well, because my dad's name was Chester, they called me Chester the Molester.
Oh my God.
Is that why you're not allowed within 500 feet of a school?
Oh, shit. Yeah, that would be a horrible nickname.
It was.
Some people shorten it by just calling you Molester.
No, they would just call me Chet sometimes, little Chet.
I would just
Chester
call you
the
Lester.
Molester.
You know what? I would have just called you Lester.
Lester.
But you'd be okay with that. I'm like, what's
Yeah,
up?
I'd be
What's
okay
up,
with
Lester?
Lester. Yeah.
Yeah, you eliminate the Mo from it.
Yeah.
Come on, Lester. Yeah.
Kids
I
are so
don't-
mean.
I don't know. I'm sure I have a bunch of issues.
I
but
have a
talk
name
'em-
that they called me in junior high.
What was it?
They said they went around spreading a rumor that I was the daughter of the cleaning lady whose name was Roberta, and they called me Roberta Moo.
Oh my god!
Oh, wow.
Horrible!
Yeah.
What a horrible nickname. Was she a nice lady though?
All through 6th grade.
Was she a nice lady?
I thought she was a nice lady, but
Well,
she was
the
like
moo's
kind of
kind of
witchy.
offensive.
Yeah, she was kind of short and chunky and had kind of a witchy face.
Oh, that's a shame. That's pretty mean.
It was the bully kids.
Yeah.
Little fuckers. Smack
They're
them.
so mean.
Yeah.
They used to call me Poopy Pants in kindergarten.
Oh,
That I could believe.
It kind of stuck with you, huh?
Yeah, I did. Full circle now.
I tell you, I hated my name. Still hate it. I hate my nickname, and I don't think I've ever told anyone why. But that's the real reason I hate it. So please don't call me that. That's what will, end conversations with me. So, but yeah, I like the name Raymond. I'll tell you, the girlfriends that called me Raymond, I still think kindly of them. I had one girl I dated
No, geez.
who would call me Raymond during sex.
Oh, good God.
Yeah.
You knew that it was
Really?
going there.
Yeah.
Yeah. Oh, Raymond. Oh, Raymond.
Whenever he starts talking like this,
That's when it goes to sex. Yeah. She she'd be like, "Oh, Raymond," and I'd be like, "Holy shit!" I think that's when I realized I like the full name, but also it's because no one ever called my father Raymond. They never called him that. Yeah. No, my wife's never called me Raymond unless she's really mad, which also I think turns me on. But
Really?
yeah, sometimes it turns me on when she gets really mad. It just turns me on when she calls me Raymond. You know. But yeah, I had a couple of girlfriends called me Raymond, and I thought it was super hot. Super hot. Yeah. Yeah, that's yeah.
Oh, jeez.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
I don't know why, but that always turned me on.
If somebody
Oh, well.
called out my name during sex, I would put my pants on and leave.
Yeah, because they're faking.
What?
Yeah, what the hell was that? It's
If
gotta
they're
be
calling out
something.
my name during sex, they're faking the orgasm. I'm leaving.
Mm. So you think they faked?
Because I don't like my name, and I don't like my name.
Well, I bet Steve would be like, "Oh, Nikki, peg me
Nikki's
harder."
fine. The real name's not.
Oh yeah, the real name's like
It's Nycinda.
Lucinda. Yeah. Oh, Lucinda, peg me harder. I could
I
tell
can't even
Steve.
start the music to that.
No, I think Nikki's would be hot. Yeah. Like, oh, Nikki.
Oh,
Nikki,
Nikki, it's so fine. You're so fine. You blow my mind. Hey,
you're
Nick.
so fine, you blow my mind. Has anyone ever told you they blow your mind?
Oh, yeah.
Like, I'll tell my wife something. I'll say, "Oh my God, you blow my mind." But if your name's Nikki, you know immediately.
I also got teased for Darling Nikki.
Oh, because
When
the
that
Prince.
came out, I
Yeah.
was like in 7th grade.
Yeah, but that's like a sexy song, you know.
I
That's
know.
a very sexy song.
Met a girl named Nikki. Guess you could say she was a friend. No, no, right?
Sex fiend.
I met her in a
Sex
hotel
fiend.
lobby,
Masturbate
masturbating with a magazine.
magazine. Yeah, that was a sexy song. Yeah, that song's about sex. Yeah. Yeah.
She fucked him and she left him.
Nikki the sex fiend. Yeah, you do like that, don't you? Yeah. In 7th grade. What?
Yeah.
Yeah.
It was embarrassing as all hell.
Yeah. Well, I guess I should wrap up, guys. I got to go work out. Sorry the show ran late today, but I still
Really
gave you an
late.
hour and a half, you know.
Yeah.
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 Now I can go to bed.
I want to thank our
What?
sponsors. Recon Tex 670-1132. Call Recon Tex and get your car scheduled for a detailing or a coating or any other thing. In fact, they are now selling do-it-yourself products. Like they're selling the buffers. Have you ever seen the buffers that they use at Recon Tex?
Oh,
You've
yeah.
seen the videos and stuff. Did you see this, TJ? They're selling the buffers now.
Yep.
Dude, that's a good piece of equipment, too.
And they're not, they're not overly priced or anything. I mean, they're a reasonable price.
Right.
Yeah. So, but yeah, check out Recon Tex, guys. They're amazing and they're great. They're such great people. And Derek, Derek is a great friend of mine. And everyone who works there is just so nice. They're so cool, and their quality work is so good. So Recon Tex is awesome, and I highly recommend it. And I'm gonna get my daughter's car into Recon to get completely,
All detailed up.
yeah, all of it. I got to get somebody parked too close to her. Somebody near the back frame. She was in Chicago.
Oh no.
in a parking lot. Somebody did something, and so you could see where part of the paint from the other car got on hers, and I got to get it buffed out. I want to see if Joe and Michael can buffed out. And I want to get an appointment for her at Recon. I can't do it yet, but I'll be able to do it hopefully soon. So that's going to be my gift to her, you know. And then also, it's another place I'll be visiting soon, Just Beds. Just Beds on Montvale. Just Beds has the perfect mattress for all of us. My mattress that I have now is a Bempco mattress that I got from Just Beds. It's the most comfortable mattress I've ever had. And when you get a Just Beds bed, it is amazing because they deliver it. You don't have to lift. You don't have to do a thing. Like I see these people driving down. I saw this yesterday in the snow. Some asshole driving with a mattress tied to his roof. I mean, who does this? What are you, an animal?
People who ordered it in the mail.
For God's sakes, what in the hell is wrong with you? You don't buy a mattress and tie it to the roof of your car. Oh my God. At least find a friend with a truck. Or better yet, guys, this is the best suggestion I'll give you about buying a mattress. Get it from Just Beds. At 3120 Montvale Drive, you guys. I'm serious. Get it from Just Beds. It's right off of Wabash. Get it because you don't have to worry about driving it to your house or setting it up. They deliver the bed to your house. They go into your house, they set it up. If you just get a mattress, then they go in, they take off your old mattress, and they put the new one, the box springs and the new one, you know what I mean? They get rid of all the old stuff, and they set up your new bed. If you buy a whole bed, or if you just buy a mattress and box springs or whatever, they take care of it for you. That's what they do at Just Beds. And I highly, highly recommend it. You're not buying some mattress in the mail. We're not animals. We are an evolved species of people. So do yourself a favor and get a quality mattress and a quality good night's sleep and 8 hours of sleep with Just Beds. All right. I want to thank our sponsors and I want to thank all you guys. Listen, I was going to take a mental health day off, and I'm so glad I didn't. I'm so glad TJ called me a fucking. Hold on, let me read. You fucking pussy.
Mm-hmm.
I'm so glad TJ left that horrible, condescending message to me.
Hey, Ray, I'm going to
Good
take a
job.
mental health day tomorrow.
You, whatever you need to do, TJ.
Oh,
I would never judge. I would never judge any of my friends ever. I would never pressure them or judge them. I would never. I just simply would never do that to my friends.
Steve might need a mental health day.
Mine is mental health day every day.
And then I see people in the chat room saying, "Thank God I came into work." Yeah. Well, thank you guys. I appreciate it. All right. So listen, if any advice for you guys today, whatever's going in your life to cause you grief, if you just need to sleep in later, or you need to have an extra little something for whatever, just do it. Get yourself right. And then after you get yourself right, go about your day. All right. I love all of you. Even if you call me a pussy in a message, you guys have a great rest of your day. And we'll talk to you tomorrow at 8 a.m. Take care, guys.
God, you're so full of shit.
Steve. It's Shelley. Did I miss the show?
Unfortunately, yes, thank God.
I'm gonna show you a good time, Steve.
No. That's looking for you.
Stevie, I'm gonna give you a good rim job.
Steve hasn't wiped properly in a month.
Oh, I hope you wiped incorrectly. I hope you wiped incorrectly, Steven.
I did.
Stephen Blaine. Stephen Blaine, you bend over and you let Shelly take care of business.
No, thank you.
Take care, guys.
Yep.